So I've made a few videos talking about times where I've been mistaken for being much younger than I am and how annoying it was. And I got a few comments that states that I either must be lying or nobody would ever do that. Mind you, these are just jealous liars who are dogpiling. We all know that, man. Like, yes, jealous liars dogpile. That's the crux of this. But I did just want to chat about, like, why is it so touchy for people? Well, I know why. It's because it's seen as a very good thing. So people don't like it when they are not receiving that kind of compliment and someone else is. I don't know where I'm going to add this, but like, this stuff is so bad. Like, even when I was talking about having been stalked, there were people going, oh, I don't believe you. Oh, that's not true. Oh, that would never happen. Oh, that's not even real. Stalked. Stalked. Like, that kind of thing is so scary. Not even funny, because you see us do a little haha hee hee when we tell the stories. Because, well, what can you do? I mean, the police don't actually do anything about stalking until somebody, like, physically attacks you. So there's nowhere for you to run. But because they still, in a sick, twisted way, see being stalked as a sign of attraction. Because they have, like, these are people who get, like, nothing. The wallflowers of the world. And also, like I said in my analysis of why people got aggravated at the People Think I'm White video, people tend to get very upset when you actually have proximity to the thing that you're talking about. When you have real proximity to the thing that you're talking about, people get upset. Like, if, like, I don't know, some heavily overweight middle-aged lady who had started letting her hair go gray, like she started letting her grays show, and she had like hella sun damage, and she said, oh yeah, like lots of people mistake me for being younger than I am, like I went to the shop and this happened, and this always happens when I go shopping. People would be like, they wouldn't take it seriously. Yeah, they wouldn't take it seriously. They would agree with her because they know that she has no real proximity to looking, they know that she has no real proximity to looking younger to the point where it's socially beneficial. Because let's not pretend. If you look younger, like, I love how I completely went off script. This is not what I wrote down that I was going to say, but if you get told that you look younger the way I do for the most part, then that means you have people in those age brackets telling you that they thought that you were their age. Yeah, I'm not talking about like somebody's like 52-year-old auntie said it. Mind you, notice how I'm not saying the ages. So if you're foaming at the mouth, yeah, I'm not even saying the ages. So if you're foaming at the mouth, it's because you already know. And that's why they do it. That's why they do it, because they're upset at the fact that it's true. Yeah, as it goes, yeah, your comments don't get to shape people's worldviews. People aren't going to change because dumb bitch 456 decided to say something. Anywho, that was a little mean. Oh well. But you have people in those actual age brackets and in your age bracket, yeah, mistaking you. You have people who are just a little bit older than you mistaking you. You have people who are much older than you also mistaking you. But the most important one is the fact that people in those age brackets are doing it. Well, actually, none of that's really important. The fact of the matter is, no, that's a lie. The fact of the matter is, people are mistaking you up and down. So, you have an ambiguous looking age. Which means that you can get away with, I mean, we all know what the benefits of looking younger than you are. Number one, people see it as you get to look good for longer. Even though I do believe that you can look good while being gray haired. Like that lady on Instagram, you know, the one she's got the gray, but she's got like the very smooth skin. But you're not gonna think that that lady is a day under 47. even though she looks very good, because the markers of aging gray and the little wrinkles are there. But the reason she's so fantastic is because her skin in general has such amazing quality. And I think another thing, like, people know that someone like me is going to resemble more of a person like that as I'm old. Yeah, as I get older. Mostly because I don't plan on going sunbathing every day for the next 12 to 15 years. So I'm not going to look like leather by the time I'm... How old would I be in 15 years? 41? Yeah, cool. Wait. 10. Yes. Or I can count, I swear, but maths was the one subject that I wasn't in top set for, so I'm sorry. Sometimes I... Top set is AP class. AP class. Yeah, so, I'm not the best at it. But one thing is, I'm jumping topics now, but one thing? I never really tried to look younger than I am. Because I've always just cared about looking good, so I don't care if I try something that's like an old people style or whatever. And I don't really get called old by people who are younger than me. Again, it's because I don't... Of course, I am old to you. I'm older than you. Like, imagine someone who's like... We're not supposed to say these ages out loud, but imagine someone who... We're now in 26, so imagine someone who is like a decade younger than me. Of course they think I'm old. I am older than them. But the fact of the matter is, there are people who think that I am an age that isn't that far away from your age. They think that there's a bunch of people who think that I'm only a couple years older. I didn't ask them to. But the sheer fact that you're complaining about, oh man, they card me for everything. Hi, I just wanted to add in that in the UK, getting ID'd or carded is actually based on suspicion. It's not like America where like a bunch of shops have a policy to card everyone. No, it's if you think that that person looks under. Yeah, and so that's why some days you can go to the shops and fully come out with whatever it is you needed without anyone questioning you, but then you can go back to that same shop and then get questioned, and it's like, what the hell? So it's based on the individual's opinion of you. Hence why I made all those videos, kind of annoyed, all those videos. It was only 2, but yeah, how's that for a rebuttal? They called me for everything. People see it as like you bragging. It's kind of like they see it the same way they see something like, oh, why are there so many guys chasing me? Ugh. I should make one like that. Because that's another topic that this happens with. This basically happens with anything that society deems as beneficial or good to receive. Like the mystery of your racial background. Like people will be so confused, except for in the videos where you state it. Yeah, where you state what you are. Then you have geniuses saying, oh, I already knew that. Like, okay, you didn't, because if not, you probably would have mentioned it somewhere else. Because it's like, this banks on me believing that you didn't watch the whole video before you commented, or you didn't watch up until that exact point and then comment. Which, if you're saying a completely different thing to everyone else, including the people who can actually see me in person and go like this, don't pinch me if you see me in person, then like, yeah, nah, it's highly unlikely. But okay, I mean, again, I like being... Look, I like my background. So whether you did or didn't, it's like they think that mentioning that they thought the opposite is like some big trump card, when in actuality, I'm just telling you a thing that happened. And you're saying, oh, I don't believe that could ever happen. You're foaming at the mouth. You're foaming at the mouth because somebody told a story about their life. You weren't there. You want that. Like, let's say there's a lady, let's make her, in fact, let's make her white, you know? We're always using black examples. Let's make her white. Let's give her blue eyes, let's give her blonde hair, let's give her a very small nose. Yeah. Long blonde hair, mind you. Pin straight. Yeah, let's give her that. Let's give her skin that's like my tone, like it's very light. Yeah? And she says that people often mistake her for being Arab, or they mistake her for being part black. How are you actually gonna, what if that's really happening? How are you actually gonna stop it? Are you gonna stop her from believing that? Maybe they're like, oh yeah, because colored eyes in general. Like, what? I mean, a lot of people, I've noticed that a lot of the Nordic blondes, they tend to have, a lot of them have wider faces. I always wondered why that is. I always wonder why that is. But anywho, that's not the issue for today. If someone like that says that people mistake them for something else, and people are really doing this to them, first of all, what are you gonna do to prove it's not true? You're gonna follow them around? And then secondly, I mean, if it's happening, it's happening. So, like, but I'm dangerously off topic now. Like, I'm dangerously off topic. People see. I'm dangerously off topic now, but like, people don't like it when other people are having benefits that you do in society. And you're probably wondering why I haven't specifically said women, because it's not just women. Yo, in one comment section, there was this guy. He's balding, has a huge mustache, has very sun damaged skin, but he was trying to say that me and him look the same age. Like, so, delusion is not good. I mean, people, they're so used to these like other platforms like Reddit, where like they can give like some long ass, mean, nice, nasty, patronizing comment to someone and they'll shrink, they will never say it again, they'll change their worldview, but no. First of all, I ain't like that. Secondly, this ain't Reddit, ho. This is YouTube. I'm not asking anybody anything. I'm telling you. This is what happened. And if you don't like it, you should probably go watch someone else's video where they talk about all the woes of, well, I don't know, they talk about all the woes of looking like 20 years older than they are. SARS. Yeah, the people who think that they nitpick you and pick you apart, that's going to change. Because what they're not understanding, because, I mean, a lot of the people who feel like they can change your worldview with a comment don't go outside. They don't do this. See, they don't really believe in their rooms, and they don't leave their rooms, so they don't realize that like you can't change. The reason why they believe they can change your worldview with a comment is because someone could change theirs. Remember, most of these people, you can't see them. You can't see them. Someone, even if the person is attractive, do you know how many people have probably, do you know what? Like, the amount of negging that you have to take when you look nice, I wouldn't be surprised if there were a bunch of people who were walking around believing some very untrue things about their appearance, even though they look very nice and youthful for their age. They're out here believing that they look older because some wicked old bag who they hold in high esteem, or some jealous babe who swears they're the same, yeah, told them so. Yes, she said it, you see her the authority, so you believe her. You believe her judgments about you more than your own. And that's a problem. Also, there's another point I wanted to make there. Yes, proximity. See, people love having proximity to others. So, someone will see like one feature that you share with them, yeah, and they will harp on about that feature. Yeah, they see one feature you share with them. Yeah? And now they conclude that you and them look the same. You and them look the same. Even though it's just one feature. No, you don't. You and them now look the same. You are now twins in their eyes. So if you say something that now doesn't line up with their worldview, they want to pull you back down. They don't want you to have that opinion of yourself. They are angry that you even have it. They want to get rid of that. They do not want you to have that for real. So that's why people say what they say. That's why people are so sensitive about these topics, about age, about racial background, about who gets mistaken for what, because all these things are deemed as nice. Racial background adds to your mystery. Age adds to your appearance. Yeah? It's like why if I say the term skinny and most people know that I'm just talking about anyone who is relatively slim. It's like how some people will tell you, oh, you're not skinny, I'm not skinny. Like, yes, because you want me, because you're here. Because you see yourself as here, sorry. And you know that I see myself as here. Instead of you trying to raise yourself, you're hoping that you can go. And that doesn't work with people like me, okay? Like, yes, crazies on the internet do not get to determine my worldview. And honestly, just being candid, just being completely candid now, it took a lot for me to get here because, like, we were all raised, a lot of us were raised, yeah, to see, like, people, especially older people or people who appeared successful in an area as the authority. The person who can tell you exactly what you're doing wrong, and if you just follow exactly what they're doing, you'll get it right. But, no. This isn't true. I mean, you don't know whose foundation is built on a house of feathers. When the wind comes, it all blows away. Yeah, you don't know who really has the things that they say they have. The only person who you know to a T is yourself. I mean, most of what we watch online even is for is for confirmation bias. That's why, like, so many people, they'll watch fitness videos, fitness video after video after video, they're like, everyone's saying the same thing. Yeah, you're watching this for confirmation bias, making sure that this is actually what you need to be doing. It is. Eat less, move more. Basically. I know there's a lot of nuance, but it's eat less, move more. Yeah? That's what it is. And so it's mad. People are and so people are sorry, I lost my train of thought. And so it's so easy. I mean, someone writes a hurtful comment, it would be so easy for you to just get lost in it. Instead of taking a step back, looking and saying, come on, look at your life. Both in real life and online. Look at everywhere. Is this true? Like, no. Like, so why be upset? Oh, because people could dogpile, people will lie. So, that still doesn't make it true. 100 people can say something. It doesn't make it true. Do you know that's mad? I mean, think of how many people co-opted. Oh, this is a crazy example. But, you know, in order for the disgruntled Austrian painter from the middle of the 20th century to get into the position of president of the country that is right next to Austria, you understand, because I don't know what you can say on here, so, you know, we're taking the long way around. But in order for him to get into power, you know, a bunch of people had to have agreed with him. And obviously, his beliefs were wrong. Yes. But a bunch of people agreed with him and said that he should lead the country. Yeah, that's a very extreme example of what I'm saying. You went from talking about age to talking about World War II. Mad. But no, but it's true though. Like, it's not really about age though. It's about all of these like beneficial things in general. People don't like it that you have it and they don't. Or some people, they can even look like you, but they were told that they don't. So now they believe you don't because they believe they don't. There's so many nuances to this stuff, but yeah, I could have told a story instead of the World War II thing. I could have actually told a story about how in class when I was in year 10, there was this question that my maths teacher put for us to answer, and I'll make up some numbers. Everyone got 5 except for this one kid who got minus 17. So everyone was showing their boards as 5, 5, 5, 5, 5. He shows his minus 17. Everyone starts sniggering and laughing, but my teacher has this very straight face. But that's not out of the ordinary. He always had this super straight face. He asked us, "Are you guys finished?" We said, "Yeah." And he said the answer is minus 17. We were all so sure. We were all so sure, but we were all wrong. Do you know how bad that is? You're so sure, but you're wrong. And that's how it goes. Yeah, everyone bandwagons. We laughed them for a good minute, man. I'm not even sure if anyone else would even remember this story. Probably not. I don't know. I tend to remember weird things everyone else forgot. But yeah, we laughed, but like, he was right. And we all looked stupid. But even though we all looked stupid, we didn't feel stupid because we were all stupid together. And that's what dogpiling and bandwagoning under hate comments is like. Like, they're all wrong, but everyone's wrong, but they don't care. It's mad. You know, it's actually quite mad. But hey ho, what can you do? The grand message of this is all you can really do is trust and have faith in yourself as an individual, and not be too quick to just believe something just because somebody else said it. Like, you know what you're experiencing in life, especially if it's something that's deemed as good. You should be prepared for the fact that people will lie to try and either take it away from you physically or take the thing away from you emotionally. And it's crazy when women do it, but I think it's even crazier when men do it.